Hello all. In this video we are going to see about looping statements. So we will start with for loop. In the previous videos we have seen a lot of data types such as strings, list, dictionary and tuples. In Python all of them are iterable, which means we can iterate over every element in that object type. So to make it clear, if you have a list of elements starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which means you can start iterating from the element 0 and until 9. So we can use for loops to execute block of code for every iteration. For example, if you have a set of code and you want to execute it 10 times, so you can use this list kind of thing and you can iterate over 10 times. Similarly, you can iterate over every character in a string and each object in a list and every object in a tuple and every key value pair in a dictionary. So we will see them in detail. Now coming to the syntax part, the syntax of for loop is for. Here you can give variable name. This variable name you can create anything, so this is completely user defined and this will hold the value of the object in which you want to iterate. In You cannot use list because it's a keyword, so I'm changing it now. So if you hit enter, like if else condition, you can see indentation here, which means whatever the statements which was given indentation, it will run here within the loop. So here I am printing that variable name. So this is the normal syntax of for loop. This variable name can be anything. So if you run this, you can see the print statement is executed 10 times and it start printing the variable name. The variable name initially holds the value of the first entity in this object, which is 0, and it continues till 9. So similarly, you can give any type of variable name you want. It will hold the entity of the object. So you can see the similar results there. You can also use underscore. And if I run this, you can see the result here. This is iterating through a list. I'm making it quite clear. So I have to print 10 times. I will use this for loop to print my print statement 10 times and you can see the result here. So similarly you can print whatever the statement you want. So going into a deep further, now we will relate the concept of if else statement with for loop. In the list of 10 numbers, if you want to get only odd and even pairs, you can use if elements, and we have discussed about modulo operator. So if we recall correctly, we can use element modulo 2 equal to 0. So we have to follow indentation here. So if you hit enter, you can see it's second tab here. So it means it's within this if part within the for loop. I'll use the f strings method also so that it will be clear for you. The even numbers are, I will use bracket, I will use elements. To run this, you will get the even numbers filtered out from the list. So similarly, if you want to get the odd numbers, this is with the if part, so I'm giving backspace. Now you can see the indentation here. I'm using else. If the number is not even, then we can print it's odd. Okay, so now if you run this, you can see the odd and even numbers splitted out from the given list. Maybe in the next example, we can see how to iterate in a string. So here I'm using string 1. It holds the value hello viewers. So I'm using the same variable here and I'm just changing the list to string. I just want to print the letters, print elements. So if you run this, you can get all the elements in the string. So you can see start iterating from H and ends at S. Also, instead of using it here, you can just use it here directly. If you run now, you can see the same result. And now we can see some example with tuples on how to iterate them. So for tuples, you have to use open and close brackets, not the square bracket. So I'm just changing the variable name to tuple1. So if you run, you can see the elements in the tuples and the for loop start iterating using those elements. There is an important concept called tuple unpacking. So we will see now on how to unpack a tuple, which is in list format. So here I'm creating a list of tuples, which will have sets of tuples 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8. So this I will change to list one. So if I run this, you will get each element here, 1 2 3 4. So here you can see the length of list one is 4. So now you can think how to unpack this tuple. Instead of creating a single variable, you have to pass it in a tuple format. So I am using a comma b here, and here I will print a. Then in the below line I will print b. If I run this, you can see the elements in the tuple got unpacked. So this is an important concept in Python. So if it has 3 elements, now just you have to use the same concept. You have to add C here. Also you can omit this open and closing brackets, which won't be necessary. And that's it. If you run this code, you can see all the tuples got unpacked here. I forgot to mention, if you want only the first element of the tuple, you can just use print a, so that it will return only the first entity in this list of tuples. Next we will move to our other concept, dictionary. We can create a dictionary so that we will complete our final concept of how to use for loop to iterate using key value pairs. Key 1 equal to 50, key 2 equal to 100, and I will use another key, key 3 equal to 200. I'm just assigning a variable here. If you want to see the length of dictionary, it will be obviously 3. Now if you run, you can see the dictionary has 3 elements, and you will get the key because it's iterating using the key. So if you use the command items, you can get both the key value pairs now. So here you can see the key value pairs came as tuples here. And if you want only the values, you can use d.values function, and if you run this, you will get only the value stored in each key. But you know already that dictionary is an unordered pair. So this is a simple dictionary, so it may seem ordered to you, but dictionary has key value pairs which will be enormous in numbers, so it won't be ordered. Like tuple unpacking, we can also dictionary unpacking. For that, I am just printing key first, and then I will print value again. So if you run this, you have to remove this and use items so that you will get both the key value pairs. So if you run this now, you will get key and value separately. Similarly, you can use anything here, a comma b or something, anywhere, any variable of your wish. So now if you run, you will get the same result. That's it for this for loop tutorial, and meet you in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.